Okay, so I just want to say congratulations on finishing this course. Now that you have learned all the basics and how to manually do everything step by step, we're going to talk about automation here. And the reason why I wanted to show you how to manually do it was so that you could fully understand the reasoning behind it and how to do it yourself. Now that you understand that, you can use tools. A lot of people make the big mistake beforehand to actually use tools first, and by doing that, you aren't really aware of why things work the way they do. So if things change, you don't realize why they change. So now that you have kind of a better insight into how things work step by step, how to do it manually, even how to outsource it if that's the case in the future, let's talk about tools that will actually help you automate the process in terms of finding and searching all through your website to figure out perhaps what file names need to be changed, what images need alt tags, and all the different little variables that we talked about in this course. So the first tool that's really good is called Screaming Frog, and you can get there by going to screamingfrog.co.uk. Now, if you go here, basically what this tool is it's a website crawler that you can download onto your computer, and what it'll do is it'll scan. For example, we want to figure out of all of our website, which images have alt tags and which images don't, or which images have alt tags, but their alt tags are just very generic and not very targeted. So basically what we're trying to figure out is how can we make very small tweaks with a powerful punch, if that makes sense. So go to the site. You can see that it's a website crawler, and we are specifically interested in the search engine optimization right here. So go ahead and click that. And you can get an idea of what it offers, essentially. But we're specifically interested in the SEO Spider right here. So let's just go ahead and click that. So there's a free version and there's a paid version. I recommend that you download the free version to make sure that it actually works on your computer. But the reality is that the paid version is really where it's at. And yes, it does cost money, and so does the other tools that we're going to talk about. In fact, this one is actually cheaper, but it will really give you a better view of what's going on in your website versus you going through and trying to figure out what is actually alt tag, what is targeted, what is not, and all that. It's a very time consuming and tedious process, as you saw in the previous videos. So as you can see, click on download, and they actually have for Windows. Now, if you're using a different operating system, just be aware that if you are using a Mac, it works here. And if you're using Linux, it works here as well. So basically, it works for every single popular operating systems, Windows, Mac, and Linux. So as you can see here, it finds broken links, which is crucial, but that's not really what we're trying to figure out here. We're really doing image optimization, but really what we like is, if you scroll down, the visual site architecture kind of gives you a map of what your site looks like. It also crawls JavaScript websites, but beyond that, it will actually tell you whether the image has an alt tag, what the file names are, and it'll tell you a lot more detail in terms of trying to get those images search engine friendly, get them into the Google search engine very, very easily. So I can guarantee you this is something that your competitors are most likely not using. So in terms of image optimization and other SEO audits, this would be the tool to go to. Now, there are other tools like ahrefs.com, And this is something that we've used before. And this tool is a little bit different. It's more extensive, it's a lot more expensive, but it's extensive in the sense that it allows you to not only get a better idea of what's going on in your site, but how it ranks in the real world. See, Screaming Frog, all it does is mainly it crawls your site to give you an idea of what's happening on the inside. Ahrefs, on the other hand, will give you an idea of what's happening not only on the inside, but on the outside. How you rank against competitors, where you rank on the Google SERPs, what rank it is, what content is most popular. And that gives you a better idea of essentially how to take your business and how to take your website to the next step, if that makes sense. So as you can see here, it gives you an idea of the backlinks, who's referring to you, what kind of organic traffic you're getting, and all of that. Another great tool is called Moz, Moz.com. Moz is very similar to Ahrefs in the sense that it'll tell you what's going on in your business, but it'll give you a better picture of what's happening beyond that as well. So what I would say is start with Screaming Frog if your intention is the image optimization process. And once you're done with that, then go beyond that and take it to the next level and use either ahrefs.com or moz.com. Either or is good, but the main one is screamingfrog.co.uk.